I am indebted to my Father for living, but to my teacher for living well. Upon the conduct of each depends the fate of all. Toil and risk are the prices of glory, but it is a lovely thing to live with courage and die leaving an everlasting fame. There are so many worlds, and I have not yet conquered even one. I am not afraid of an army of lions if they are led by sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep if they are led by a lion. Whatever possession we gain by our sword cannot be sure or lasting, but the love gained by kindness and moderation is certain and durable. Glory crowns the deeds of those who expose themselves to toils and dangers. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. I had rather excel others in the knowledge of what is excellent than in the extent of my power and dominion. There are so many worlds, and I have not yet conquered even one. As for a limit to one's labors, I, for one, do not recognize any for a high-minded man, except that the labors themselves should lead to noble accomplishments. You shall, I question not, find a way to the top if you diligently seek for it, for nature hath placed nothing so high that is out of the reach of industry and valor. I would rather live a short life of glory than a long one of obscurity. When you bury my body, don't build any momentum, and keep my hands outside so that the world knows that the person who won the whole world had nothing in his hand while dying. When we give someone our time, we actually give a portion of our life that we will never take back. But truly, if I were not Alexander, I would be Diogenes. Each moment free from fear makes a man immortal. For my part, I think that to a man of spirit there is no other aim and end of his labors, except the labors themselves. I am dying from the treatment of too many physicians. For my own part, I would rather excel knowledge of the highest secrets of philosophy than in arms. Alexander the Great. Let us conduct ourselves so that all men wish to be our friends, and all fear to be our enemies. There are so many worlds, and I have not yet conquered even one. In the end, when it's over, all that matters is what you've done. There is something noble in hearing myself ill spoken of, when I am doing well. As for a limit to one's labors, I, for one, do not recognize any for a high-minded man, except that the labors themselves should lead to noble accomplishments. With the right attitude, self-imposed limitations vanish. In faith and hope the world will disagree, but all mankind's concern is charity. Do you not think it a matter worthy of lamentation, that when there is such a vast multitude of them worlds, we have not yet conquered one? What an excellent horse do they lose, for want of address and boldness to manage him. I could manage this horse better than others do. If I were not Alexander, I should wish to be Diogenes. I consider not what Parmenio should receive, but what Alexander should give. Heaven cannot brook to sons, nor earth to masters. I am dying with the help of too many physicians. I send you a cafus of mustard seed. that you may taste and acknowledge the bitterness of my victory. For as a newborn babe cannot be nourished without the nurse's milk, nor conducted to the approaches that lead to growth in life, so a city cannot thrive without fields and the fruits thereof pouring into its walls. I want the road to be covered with my treasure, so that everybody sees that material wealth acquired on earth stays on earth. Sex and sleep alone make me conscious that I am mortal. On their side more men are standing, on ours more will fight. How great are the dangers I face to win a good name in Athens. Each moment free from fear makes a man immortal. How happy had it been for me had I been slain in the battle. It had been far more noble to have died the victim of the enemy than fall a sacrifice to the rage of my friends. True love never has a happy ending, because there is no ending to true love. Our enemies are Medes and Persians, men who for centuries have lived soft and luxurious lives. We of Macedon for generations past have been trained in the hard school of danger and war. O fortunate youth, to have found Homer as the herald of your glory. I foresee a great funeral contest over me. A tomb now suffices him, for whom the whole world was not sufficient. I am dying from the treatment of too many physicians. How should a man be capable of grooming his own horse, or of furbishing his own spear and helmet, if he allows himself to become unaccustomed to tending even his own person, which is his most treasured belonging? I want the best doctors to carry my coffin to demonstrate that, in the face of death, even the best doctors in the world have no power to heal. Soldiers, I had lately like to have been taken from you by the attempt of a few desperate men, but by the grace and providence of the gods, I am still preserved. The end and object of conquest is to avoid doing the same thing as the conquered. Without knowledge, skill cannot be focused without skill. Strength cannot be brought to bear, and without strength, knowledge may not be applied. My logisticians are a humorless lot. They know if my campaign fails, they are the first ones I will slay. God must have loved Afghans because he made them so beautiful. Who does not desire such a victory, by which we shall join places in our kingdom so far divided by nature, and for which we shall set up trophies in another conquered world? My Father will anticipate everything. He will leave you and me no chance to do a great and brilliant deed. Glory crowns the deeds of those who expose themselves to toils and dangers. May God keep you away from the venom of the cobra, the teeth of the tiger, and the revenge of the Afghans. When we give someone our time, we actually give a portion of our life that we will never take back. Are you still to learn that the end and perfection of our victories is to avoid the vices and infirmities of those whom we subdue? There are no more worlds to conquer. I wish that the Indians believed me a god. For upon the report of an enemy's valor oftentimes depends the success of a battle, and false reports have many times done as great things as true courage and resolution. Your ancestors came to Macedonia and the rest of Hellas, Greece, and did us great harm, though we had done them no prior injury. Shall I pass by and leave you lying there because of the expedition you led against Greece? Or shall I set you up again because of your magnanimity and your virtues in other respects? It is better to have no women to dinner at all than to have only ugly ones. Youths of the Pelasgians and of the Macedonians, and of the Hellenic Amphictyony, and of the Lacedaemonians, and of the Corinthians. The best prophet is he who guesses well. Shall I, that have destroyed my preservers, return home? For my part, I think that to a man of spirit there is no other aim and end of his labors, except the labors themselves. At Achilles' tomb, O fortunate youth, to have found Homer as the herald of your glory. O most miserable wretch that I am, why have I not learnt how to swim? I have been appointed leader of the Greeks, and wanting to punish the Persians I have come to Asia, which I took from you. Thanks for watching our video. Please support us for reach 2,000 subscribers.